Hey everyone, it's the 14th of August 2024, and this is call number 95 for Bitcoin Core App Design. I'll go ahead and share the call notes over here. Jakob is needing to leave soon because he's traveling. So, how about we kick it off with you, Jakob?
Yeah, sure. Do you hear me well now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Share my screen. So I worked on a couple of things. All of them are not like close to handoff yet. Well, first of all, I start that. So this is the fork of the file that Christoph merged, and he merged activity and receive, at least what was done before, but there still need to be merged create wallet flow and onboarding flow. So I pasted it here, but it doesn't use the components. There are some inconsistencies. So this part is the what we did the handoff, and this part also has some multi-flip as a remote.
Sorry, so what you're saying is that there's some of the create wallet flow has already been merged into the main file and some of it hasn't.
No, only activity and receive was merged.
Okay.
Create and onboarding was not. So because we had this in a separate file and the handoff in a separate file, and yeah, it just wasn't merged with the main file. So I just leave it here. Then we can go to activity. And here I worked on different statuses, different transaction details for different statuses based on these types of transactions. And it's not like each of it has to be kind of reviewed, and some of it probably modified much more. For example, and probably a lot of them will not be in MVP, I guess.
Right.
There's scheduled transaction, so probably an action to cancel it or something has to be included.
So these transaction details is all in the activity, right? So the activity, yes. These are all the little things that Christoph was talking about in the last call that come off the activity.
Yes.
Right.
So, and they differ in content a bit, and probably it's not all yet included. So, for example, in like if it's error or it was not transmitted, I also cross out fee. There's the Coinbase for miners and prop. So I separate block rewards and transactions. These rewards here, but probably more info could be here. There is this bump transaction, who's RDF, I guess. So then I show old fee and new fee. So there are these details that are different. It's just I need to verify each. So right now I just did it like I kind of what I think it should have, but I haven't done extensive research to like verify everything. Yeah, so that's it. One idea to use drawer for filters. This is a detail, similar like for dropdowns. And I worked a bit on because we have a date range for searching transactions.
Is it an idea to share this link in the chat? Let me share this link in the chat. One moment. I think you posted it in the main group, right? Just so everyone can hop in.
This is the same file that Michael shared.
Oh, it's the same file that Michael's working in. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah.
So we now have one file. Yeah, and I worked on the date range picker, which probably, since it's kind of complicated, I'm not sure if it's going to land in MVP. But basically, there are two inputs for like the beginning of range and the ending of range, and I thought maybe by default it could be like 1 month. So the ending range is today by default.
Mm-hmm.
And the user could type a date, or they can click this icon of calendar, and then there would be this component and the behavior of it needs to be fleshed out more, but basically they have to select 2 dates, and then it selects the period in between. It can also show today's date in a different way,
Mm-hmm.
and the user can change a view of months and years, so they can pick it up easier.
Yeah, looks good. So what do you need from the team? I know you need to go soon. What do you need from us to move these designs forward?
Well, I think one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. So I started working on blockchain transactions. So Christoph did this Monero flow, so I'm kind of basing it off this a bit. And I have, it's early, so I don't. I mean, you can comment and like iterate and jet, but I don't consider it like close to be done. My main concerns are, I mean, by default, if you want to use the same actions, then it's kind of cluttered with icons. So I think I'll hid it behind the dropdown, where there could be actions. I mean, the paste, the user can just use Ctrl W to paste, Ctrl V. And yeah, if we want to fit full address, this needs to be, I think, smaller, even smaller, and it kind of gets very small then. So I'm sure if it's fine if the user types the address is truncated, or maybe on hover they can see it. Then there's add recipient here, so they can add more recipients. But
So yeah,
I probably missed some. I missed some things, but yeah, it's still. I mostly think how the layout is still not there. It feels a bit chaotic.
So this is like the beginning stages of the send flow.
But send for multiple recipients. So it's after the user. It's after the user selects from a drop down add recipients. So by default, it looks like this. And then if they use a drop down and click add recipients, then the layout changes to this different layout for multiple recipients.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Do you need to go, Jakub?
Yeah, I have maybe like 2 minutes.
So what can we give you feedback on? Do we need to just hop into the Figma file and look on designs, and where would you like feedback?
Yeah, that would be good. So all of them are kind of early, but yeah, feedback the earlier the better, so I can improve on it.
So give you feedback on which ones is helpful for you at this stage. The batch transactions,
Okay.
and then the
batch
send.
Transactions. This transaction state details, although this is mostly just research based. I mean, you can give feedback, but it's mostly someone just needs to. I just need to sit down and really study each state.
Okay.
Yeah, data picker as well if you want.
Okay.
That's it, I think.
And the data picker. Okay, so feedback on batch transactions, transaction state details, and data picker. And then for the activity, anything else there? That's it.
So far, good.
Okay.
This was most missing. I think there's very tiny details missing, but in general, it's good.
Cool. Good job, Jakob, and good luck with your traveling. We won't keep you much longer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna still listen to you for a bit, but I'm gonna go out from the computer.
Cool. Thank you so much for your work. Amazing. We've got Johnny here and Precious and Yashraj.
Hey guys.
Nice to have you, Johnny. Would you like to give any updates on the dev side, Johnny? Anything that you need feedback on? I tried testing the Create Wallet Flow last week, and I found an issue. I still have some more screenshots. I basically downloaded the Create Wallet Flow, the last one that's been implemented in Actions, and I downloaded that on my Android and I tested it. And I actually couldn't make it through to the actual create part of the wallet flow. So I'll file an issue for that as well. But is there anything on the dev side that you'd like us to help out with?
I updated the wallet select to get a step closer to Christoph's original design. That's worth reviewing.
Okay.
That's mainly just waiting for technical review though, but there are some little things worth checking out with that.
Yeah.
Then let's see. I don't know that there's anything major design-wise to look at the moment, but the create wallet flow issues are good because that's what I'll attack next. Is
Okay.
pick up a handful of those issues. I think with create wallet flow, I need to double check the Figma, but previously it wasn't quite clear where these error messages, what it should look like. So I think that's the only thing I'm looking at the moment. And then,
by the way, Johnny, sorry to interrupt. After we did the handoff of Create Wallet, we changed the styling of the inputs a bit, and they are updated. They are updated in Figma. They should be updated. I double checked, but they are not updated in screenshots. So just
okay.
Just
I think I saw that, and yeah, that might be enough. That might be enough for me to fix those up.
And Johnny, you know where the file is, right? You have the main. It's the main file, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about error messages. What was that with the error messages that you were not sure or?
It was primarily what the layout looks like when say passwords don't match or your password's weak or file exists already. The little helpful messages for
Cool.
when your input isn't good. It's something I could make a guess at what it should look like based on what was previously implemented, but that was all.
Is that like for any particular part of the flow that you'd like those error messages for? Like, I'm guessing it's for the create wallet section, right? Like, if they fill in anything wrong, then would it be useful on our side? Because I've started testing out. Well, I haven't been able to fully test it. If we start to kind of just click around and try to break it and think of, okay, there would be an error message needed here and here and here, and then just create a list of all possibilities of error messages. And then start.
No, we don't even really need that because those are technical things. It's more like where should we put the error message when we have an issue, and then we'll when we find all of the technical conditions, then we can review what the specifics of the error messages are.
Okay. So it's mainly for when passwords don't match and when the file already exists. Just
I
those
mean,
two.
those are just off the top of my head. Those are obvious ones. Let me see.
Okay. Cool.
Double check the Figma, but
This is some
but then
yeah.
Harold is supposed to be starting on the activity screen, so those will hopefully have some views to review there shortly.
Super nice. So I guess on our side, we can continue helping to test out the create wallet flow and file any issues. I think I will be filing an issue because I've not been able to actually access the create wallet flow. I've gone through the whole IDV process and I haven't been able to access the create wallet flow. It could mean that it was previously installed on my Android. But I haven't been.
Yeah. So until the wallet selector is merged in, there's no link yet for adding a wallet.
Okay.
So if you've already onboarded, it won't send you into the create wallet flow.
That's exactly where I am. I'm able to go through all of the screens.
You have to reset the application and start the onboarding. The logic right now is during onboarding, if you reach the end of onboarding and you don't have a wallet, it will launch you into the create wallet flow. And then from there, you'll be in the desktop or the main activity view. And the top left corner is where you would select your wallet or add a new wallet.
Mm-hmm.
So that add a wallet button isn't merged in yet.
Okay, I thought it was merged and I downloaded it okay. So I'll wait for it to merge and then I'll test.
Yeah, otherwise you would just reset the application and you could get the onboarding flow.
Okay, so I'll try reset the application and I'll see if that comes through. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll try. I'll do that by the end of this week because I know that it helps with moving forward with the development. Michael, sorry, we went straight into the desktop things.
No worries. Just a quick update, and maybe I'll share my screen as well. So Jakob and I are working in the same file, and I added the link to the Google Doc to the call notes so that everybody can come back to it and find it. Share screen. Here we go. Figma. Does it share? No. Why is it not sharing? Figma. Share. Here we go. Okay, so I kept working on the receive flows or the detailed flows for how do you actually edit payment requests once they've been once I've gone through the form here. This thing here, once I've created, let's say, create payment request. There are some things that you can edit. So I started working, or I worked on those editing flows for each of the different scenarios. I also.
Oh, Michael, sorry. We don't see your screen for some reason. I'm not sure. I'm trying to
weird.
follow you on Figma. Oh, here, I am following you now. I can see you.
But it's weird. It's Jitsi told me that I'm sharing. Hang on. Why doesn't it work? Share.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the share either.
Hang on, I'll disconnect my monitor and everything and see whether it might be because of this. Okay, let's try again. Screen sharing, window. Still nothing?
No, sorry. Unfortunately, no.
Damn it.
Right, I know. It's
So
not
maybe
really
Mo, you share your screen, and
okay.
since you are following me, you guys should be seeing what I do. All right. So there are still some detailed flows to be worked out, like like editing stuff on these payment requests. So these are basically these flows. How would you edit something? This is also something that needs to be reviewed. There are also multiple ways of doing things. So if, for instance, when I want to delete something here, there can be two ways, right? I can have just a little drop down that tells me delete or edit, or another way would be you would have just an edit button, and it goes directly into the editing. And if I remove the entire text and save it, then it deletes the field. So these are stuff that need a bit more discussion as well. And I've also been trying to kind of map out the different states that these inline editing things can have, because I think we will want to have the same pattern for everywhere that we have inline editing at some point. So this will be fleshed out a little bit more. I'm also talking about about keyboard navigation, these kinds of things. But this will be polished more once we agree on which actual pattern to follow. So that's what I've been working on, as well as in the last meeting, there was a discussion again about labels and messages and fields or note to self. So I kind of put together a summary of kind of what kind of the new fields are, and what they are currently in Qt, so that maybe I'm also misunderstanding, so that we can kind of get to the same understanding. Yeah, some of them should probably have character limits, and so these are things that I think need a bit more, a bit more refinement. But it's basically like specking out stuff. And then I started, like Jakub has his stuff here. I have my sandbox here, and I started doing explorations for the send screen mobile first. And my approach was, let's pack everything in there that theoretically could be there at some point, and trying to kind of see how it could work holistically, and then strip everything out that is not needed for the MVP. So basically, in the MVP, we probably would have only like a screen like this, and yeah, build on that. So I do it mobile first. I was also thinking a bit about contacts, how they would be integrated into these flows.
Does anyone know? Sorry to
contact
interrupt.
details could look like. So what that yeah.
Sorry, the call notes. I'm just jumped back into the call notes. Does anyone know what happened to the call notes? Because everything is just deleted now. Or am I just maybe we can just go back, just undo. Maybe someone just was on their keyboard and they hopefully
I see them now. You're deleting them.
Am I deleting?
Somebody's now deleting.
Oh, that's me then.
Yeah.
Also, do you actually see,
probably.
because this is what my screen looks like right now.
Oh no.
I actually see nothing in the call notes. Oh, here it is.
I saw somebody.
Oh, that's interesting. How interesting. Sorry, I was interrupting you, Michael, but it's just, it seemed all the notes disappeared. So I was just like, whoa. Okay.
What I mean, I was basically finished. The message that I was trying to convey is that it's for the sending. It's very early, as we have also seen with Jakob's stuff. I think that's more kind of an exploratory thing, but we should get probably closer, like in the next couple of weeks, to something that is kind of more stable and more. Also more stable for review. I think currently it's not. So for my stuff in the send page, it doesn't make sense to review it yet on that side. But yeah, we'll get there. But what would be good is a review of, or kind of any additional thoughts on the receive page or on the receive screens. I think that's pretty stable.
Review on the
That's
receive
it.
screens. Cool. And then Jakob wanted a review on, now I've deleted it. What did Jakob want to review on? Does anyone remember? Or
Yeah, the multiple recipient send flow.
Yeah. And there was something else as well that he wanted feedback on. I don't remember it though.
We can watch the recording and then just
exactly.
update the notes.
Yeah, cool. Okay. So both you and Jakob are both working on the send flow, but Jakob is working on send batch transactions.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, batch transactions will be part of any kind of concepts that each of us does. I'm just taking it a bit more holistically, because batch transactions are a bit more complicated. But I have placeholders in my designs as well, and yeah, so I think it's a bit early to really review that yet, at least on my side.
Nice. And just where is Jakob's section in the file? I'm trying to familiarize myself. So you're in send 1.7.
Yeah, so is his. Oh, somebody deleted that one as well. No, it's here. It's batching. If you're still following me.
Let's follow Michael.
It's on the same page.
Oh, right. I see that. So he's down here with batching, and your designs are up here.
I'm up. Yeah. So it's, as I said, it's a bit messy yet, and I fear if somebody goes in there and starts reviewing it, a lot of stuff will change probably.
Yeah.
So, and hasn't been ever discussed, so it's maybe a bit early. I think finalizing the activity and the receive is more kind of is more stable and more worthy at this point.
So we try to focus, because is it just my understanding? It feels like the activity is the most far ahead at this stage in terms of the designs.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, receive is also pretty stable. Further review needed there, but then once you have a common understanding and an agreement on how these editing flows work, I think then I can just hammer out the screens as well.
Do you know if we have, like, I know that has been user testing for the activity screen. Jakob is not here. I'm just curious if we have like a full prototype of all the activity possibilities, and then we can just, like click around and just feel what that would feel like.
No, I don't think the different states and different yeah, all the different nuances and states, I'm pretty sure haven't been tested, and because
Yeah.
there's just so many, right? You would have to have a some kind of a script for the or a scenario for the tests.
Yeah, without a scenario, I guess you can't really create a solid flow. Yeah, makes sense. How is it? I mean, Johnny said that Yarrow would be ready to kickstart on the activity flow. So I'm just wondering how's the best way to, because it hasn't been started yet, as far as I understand.
We've broken it down into um, a list of tasks. So he's started on some of the really basic stuff,
Yeah.
and then it'll build up and then get to the more nuanced, like details and search features.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Michael, on the best way to because how many activity screens are there in total now? Are we working, it feels like we're working on the edge cases now of the activity, so all the small nuances. So the main flow has already been handed over to the devs, and then there's these nuances in the main activity flow that we're now working on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, you need designs for these different states that are on the
Yeah.
left. Here, there's a lift on the left, so that's what Jakob's working on to kind of get all of these different possible states in the designs, and the same will be true for the receive stuff, and yeah, so I think activity from design perspective is really far.
Really far ahead, yeah. Cool. Now I'm just wondering if it's too much of a monster to put together, is to put together at least all of the activity screens that we have at the moment, including the states, and just click through it and actually feel and see what's missing and what's not missing before we hand over to the devs, because yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you mean yeah. Well, I mean, all the screens are there on that page, right? So
These are all the screens here. These ones.
I would. Well, you have these. Hang on. Activity. Yeah. So you have states of all, or detail screens of all the states of transaction details. Almost anybody. Then we have transaction. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty comprehensive.
Most
I would
of
have to
these
go
screens.
through and see.
Yeah, I agree. We didn't see any issues or anything. It looked good enough to
Implement. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's possible we find something when we get closer to the end, but those are just iterations. It looks good from our side, I think.
Yeah. Cool. So these are all the activity screens that have been handed over to the devs, these ones here. These ones that I'm pulling up.
Well, these are the transaction detail screens.
Yeah.
Right. So you have three different types of screens. You have the activity list, where basically you'll see your transaction history.
Mm-hmm.
These are at the top. And what you see here underneath each other, these are the the transaction detail screens. right? So this is what you have here is basically the overview of how these screens look like, and then at the bottom you have all the different states for that transaction details, and the activity screen is at the top
Okay.
with different states.
Thank you, Michael. I was trying to get my brain around the file, how it's organized. So you have the main. This is the main one here, if I understand correctly. This here. This is the main.
Yeah, this is the activity screen. This is the activity screen, and if you zoom in on the middle one, for instance, okay, now here you see like 10 different transactions, and if you would click on any of them, then you would be taken to the transaction details screen, which is all of the screens below.
Okay, then you're gonna go down here to the bottom. Okay, I understand. So for every single one of those transaction states here, for the blue, the orange up, the green down. So basically there are 1, 2, 3, 3 different states.
No, there are many more. So if you go down to the transaction details section, and even further down, so you have at the bottom, yeah. So on the left of these screens, you see all the states.
This is the
so there are, you have these are, and on the you have the transaction list, and on the right in gray color there's the type of, no, not yet, hang on, I'll take the, so here, these things here, this is the state it has, right? So this Friday pizza night is a payment request, so it has a different state than the one below it. And so these are this is an error state here, this has been rejected, and so these are all the different states.
Right, okay, that's why there's so many screens. Okay, now I understand it. Okay.
Exactly.
So
and
basically,
for each row that you see here on this side, there is one screen here, and you can scroll down to see all of them. So that's how Jakob laid it out, and I think it's very nice.
And this file is view only. So could we comment on this file? If we comment on the transaction states, we can just comment in that file. Yeah. So this has gone into development, the main actual flow for activity, or it started in development, I guess. And then these ones we need to give feedback on so that they can move to development. If I understood correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a couple of times already. So it's, I think they're good to go probably. Okay. But I guess Jakob knows better.
Cool. Nice. There's a lot of screens being there. So there's the create wallet flow, which we just need to, I will be able to access it if I delete my wallet, if I understood correctly. And then the activities already started development. It's amazing. Sorry, my camera switched off for some reason.
Yeah, I had to turn off mine as well, and my connectivity here is really bad.
How do you feel with everything, Johnny, in terms of how it's going so far? I know that you'd like some feedback on the Create Wallet flow. I'll try to do that from my side this week. And if I'm not able to test it, or if I have any problems with accessing Create Wallet flow, then I can message you or file an issue.
Yeah, I mean, it's coming along. I'm trying to rally the troops and get more more work on the actual technical reviews.
Yeah.
That's been a bit of a bottleneck. So, well, you know, we're working on that, and hopefully we get some more momentum soon.
Yeah. And Michael, is there anything that we can? You said you're not ready for reviews on your side, so I wrote here would like a review on the receive screens.
Yeah, exactly. There we need a discussion around inline editing and these, you know, the interactivity on these things. So, but what's a bit too early is the send flows. So I think that's too early. But I should have something by next week that maybe is more mature. I can maybe then do also a video walkthrough or something like that. But I won't be able to join the call next week because I'm going to be on the plane.
You're going to the conference, right?
Yeah, I'm flying to Riga on
Nice.
Wednesday afternoon.
Nice. Yashraj, you're listening silently over here. Anything you'd like to chime in? And you too, Precious.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm working on
All right.
on silent payment, so I thought that I'll be silent as well. I got to stick with the cause.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And Precious, you're just listening in, right? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, and Precious disappeared. Cool. I mean, if there's not anything else, I mean, we can wrap it up. I'll try to file an issue tomorrow on my testing with just the whole onboarding process. I'll try to see if I can delete my wallet and then test the create wallet flow. So if I just go to delete wallet, Johnny, I should be able to then see the create wallet flow should become accessible to me.
You'll if you're on desktop, you have to run it with -reset GUI settings.
And on Android?
On Android, you just delete application storage.
Okay. And which would be the most recent action to download? Because I downloaded the most recent, what I thought was the most recent merge from Actions. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. So here, Bitcoin Core GitHub. I'm just going to go to it here, and then I'm going to go to Actions. And then which was the one that I downloaded? I'm not sure which one I downloaded now. I took a note though. This was 2 days ago, so it was none of these because I definitely tested it more than 2 days ago. Which one would be the best one to download?
The one, 2 days ago.
This one here. This one.
I can't.
Not seeing your screen.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I wasn't even screen sharing. Here we go.
The ones from Maine would be in the middle column. It's the top one that says Maine. It's not the top one, but it's a little below.
Let me just see. So the one where it says Maine.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So would it be this one? But this is this one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is the latest one to test. So if we download this version here, we should get the option to create wallet.
Yeah, and then where it
Oh, there only seems to be Windows and Mac versions here, so I won't be able to test. Okay, so I'm going to have to test that on Windows then.
Why does yours only show Windows?
Let's see, should I refresh again? Yeah, I've got Windows, Mac, and Mac. And that's with the latest main. Should I try the one that maybe was just the day before? Let's see if this one has it. This one has the Android. So the one just before has Android.
Those are good.
So just test this one. Okay, cool. So I'll just add
Yeah.
that to my to-do. Okay. Cool, will do. I'll make sure that I delete it from my computer as well as my mobile, and I'll test again. Cool. We can move this forward. Even if it's just bit by bit, we can do this. Let's keep on going. Yeah,
That's right.
we're just gonna keep on pushing on.
Yep.
All good.
I got my Android phone yesterday.
Nice. After the call, I'll just share a summary. I'll just say Michael wants reviews on receive screen. Jakob wants reviews on multiple recipient send flow as well as transaction activity. And if we could test out the create wallet flow, the latest merge on main, and then I'll add in the link there. So if anyone wants to test, then they can test it. And yeah. I guess we'll see everyone next week besides Michael.
Exactly, but I'll post probably a video update in the channel.
Yeah.
And walk you guys through.
Oh, on the dev side, Johnny, I did see Christoph posted a question. He asked if you could share the project boards. I'm just trying to see his question. Did he post something there?
Yeah, I'll post that link. I thought we already did that. I'll post it.
Yeah, I see he posted it here. He just tagged the two of you. So if you could just share a link to your project board. And then, yeah, we can also keep that as well. Cool. I will stop the recording. Thank you, everyone, for being here.